This is a podcast all about Bears. You either cheering for this team or just pulling your hair. I like to take a minute, just sit right back and tell you how I became the #1 Bears fan. That boy is Benny Hunter. Cake on the mic, cake on the mic, cake on the mic, cake on the mic. People, that's the intro. Sacramento, California, born and raised. And Antelope is where I spend most of my days. Talk bad about my team, you must be a clown. This is Keek on the mic, so you know you better bear down. Bear down.
Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Like always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. So, really interesting topic here on the podcast today, as the report out of Chicago is this. Justin Fields reveals a secret behind his recent improvement. Obviously, after a slow start to the season, Justin Fields has picked it up these last 2 weeks and has played pretty good football. Through the first 3 games, Fields posted a 50 passer rating, but has improved that passer rating to a 97.2 in the last 2 games against the Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. He has looked far more decisive, making better decisions in the pocket, obviously composed and calm in the pocket as well. And it looks like his processing time is starting to speed up as well. And while in an interview, Fields revealed a new ritual that he does during games and credited this ritual for his improvement in the last 2 games. This is what he exactly had to say in a recent interview. Check this out, Bears fans.
It took you time to be able to get to that point where you could slow it down a little bit, just being in a new offense and trying to adapt to that?
No, honestly, if I'm being real, I think it has something to do with my breathing. Like, I've been working on my breathing, like, during the games, like, just, in slow, like, 4 seconds and out slow, and I think just doing that, automatically, like, keeps me more calm in the pocket. And just really, like, during the game, like, to be honest, I don't even like doing pregame speeches because I feel like I'm, so much calmer than everybody else when the defensive guys are all, like, juiced up, ready to go. I just try to stay, like, chill, like, the whole time, so, yeah.
Is an offshoot of that, of slowing things down, or not, however you want to put it, is part of that having better just awareness and understanding of where pressure's coming from, and that you can just kind of move out of the way or move up from it?
Yeah, just knowing when where your protection's going to, and knowing if they do send a blitz, where's the weakness of your protection, and of course if somebody flashes through, you got to see that, and just have just presence in the pocket, kind of just feel it out rather than look at it, but just feel it out.
With the breathing, when did you kind of learn that cadence? And
Actually, yeah. So we have a yoga instructor come in. I don't know if y'all know, but we have a yoga instructor come in like 2 days before the game. So I kind of just learned it from her. Just staying like the breathing stuff, and it just allows you to stay calm and working out. So I try to just work on my breathing like as much as I can, really.
Is it something you're doing between plays?
Yeah, like literally between plays. Like after the long run, I'll come back and just like slow my breathing down, and I feel like it. I feel like I don't get as tired, like, in the game, too. So I think it definitely has a lot of benefits for sure.
Bears fans, this was obviously a really interesting interview from Justin Fields. Obviously, Fields says controlling his breathing has significantly impacted his stamina and his ability to stay calm. And a lot of people would ask, hey, well, Keek, why does this actually matter? And this absolutely matters. What people fail to understand is the problem with most young players that enter the NFL is that they feel that they need to speed up their playing style to compensate with the speed of the NFL. And obviously, this often leads to constantly turn over the football, constant mistakes, which Fields has had those problems last year and the beginning of this season. But the good news for Bears fans is Fields has finally learned the secret of playing in the NFL. He has finally realized that all he needs to do is play within his own rhythm and just continually to play efficient football and make plays. Obviously, that's where the breathing comes in. He's taking calm breaths. He's even said in an interview that he doesn't like to get himself riled up because then that ruins his ritual of continuing to breathe, what he learned from his yoga instructor. And it may sound silly when he said it, but it absolutely makes sense when he breaks it down. When you stay calm in the pocket, that means you're going to continue to play within your rhythm. And now, the processing time for him, it's going to start to make more sense. When you're in a panic, and this is just in everyday life, when you're in a panic, your brain's all over the place. And that was the case for Justin Fields, not only last year, but in the first 3 games of this season. His brain was all over the place. Processing time was all over the place. That's why he was constantly making the same mistakes. So the good news, Bears fans, like I said, Justin Fields has finally figured out the secret of playing in the NFL. Yes, we all know that the NFL is fast. We all know that defenses are going to continue to challenge them. We all know that these defenses are going to be fast. But as long as Justin Fields continues to understand that all he needs to do is play within his own rhythm, his talent and hard work will do the rest. And we all know this. Obviously, like I said, I know it was a small sample size, but Justin Fields did improve these last 2 weeks, especially when you look in the game against the Minnesota Vikings. The stats weren't flashy. I'm not sitting here saying that Justin Fields lit up the stat card, right? But he was efficient and he made every play count. He was decisive. He was efficient. He was making plays for his football team. Justin Fields actually looked like an NFL quarterback. Tried to stay in the pocket as much as he can. Delivered good throws to his playmakers. Justin Fields actually looked like an NFL quarterback. He wasn't looking to run every single time, right? Of course, when there's pressure coming up the middle, of course he needs to have that timetable to take off. But Justin Fields wants to be in the pocket, and you can tell that his play style, his rhythm in which he was playing, really showed out against the Giants as well, but it really showed in the game against the Minnesota Vikings. He looked calm, collected, right? He actually looked like an NFL quarterback, right? So we all knew that Justin Fields had the talent. We all knew that Justin Fields has every tool in the box to be a really good quarterback in the NFL. The one knack against Justin Fields was trying to figure out how to handle the speed of these NFL defenses, right, without getting overwhelmed. And it finally looks like Justin Fields found something that works for him. And that's good news, because if this ritual of breathing, trying to stay calm, works for him, that's great, because obviously it's working. He improved against the Giants. He improved against the Minnesota Vikings, right? So now what we want to see from Justin Fields is to continue to watch him try to stack these games, right? Improve each week. Get 1% better each week. And if he can do that, as a Bears fan, that's all that matters to me. As long as Justin Fields is getting 1% better each week, I think the ritual that he has going on for himself is fantastic. Because like I said, it looks like it's working. Because the last 2 weeks, Justin Fields definitely improved in terms of being more decisive, making better decisions. So now let's see if Justin Fields can stack these games. And I truly feel that he will have the opportunity going against the Washington Commanders, going against the New England Patriots. There's going to be some games where Justin Fields will have an opportunity to really stack these games and stack good performances. And if we can see that, Justin Fields is for sure our franchise quarterback. So, Bears fans, let me know this before I let you guys go. How do you guys feel about Justin Fields' play the last 2 weeks against the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings? Do you feel like he improved at all? Or do you still think that he was playing the same way in the first 3 weeks? Let me know down below in the comment section. Before I let you guys go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. And make sure you share this episode of Keek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, we'll be back for all new Bears podcasts right here on Keek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the mic.